Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. With just about an hour to go before the end of today's filing of COCs, more candidates have formalized their bids for 2022. To tell us more, we have our correspondent, Patricia Mangune, joining us live from Pasay City. Pat, hi. How many presidential hopefuls do we have so far?
Sean, as of 3 p.m. today, 11 other people are aspiring for the highest office in the country. And a political party also came today with a complete slate. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and his running mate, Dr. Ong, filed their COCs earlier this noon. They're running under the Aksyon Demokratiko Party. The ADP says their complete senatorial lineup will file their COCs in the coming days. Also filing is another tandem, Faisal Mangundato and Carlos Serapio of the Katipunan ng Kamalayang Kayumanggi or KKK party. Mangundato previously ran as senator in 2019 but lost. A certain Philippine Green Republic Party, meanwhile, filed with a complete lineup. The party curiously has faction issues as well, similar to PDP-Laban. Their standard bearers, Leo Cajon and Princess Sunshine Amira Magdangal, argue that they're the legitimate candidates, not the other two members who had filed their COCs last Friday. So far, there are 16 other presidential hopefuls. All are independent candidates, which includes a mining welder, a civil engineer, a jobless man, a seafarer, and a father of 13 who wishes to be the father of the nation. Sean, as of the latest count, COMELEC has so far received a total of 19 COCs for president, 7 for vice president, 39 for senators, and 46 for party lists. And filing of COCs will resume tomorrow, 8 a.m. Sean?
All right, thanks so much for that update and stay safe out there, Pat. That was Patricia Mangune reporting to us live from Pasay City. And the PDP-Laban faction, led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi, is still without a standard bearer. The group issued a certificate of nomination and acceptance to an unnamed presidential bet. However, the group also said that this particular person declined the nomination. This development comes on the back of Senator Bongo's candidacy filing for vice president over the weekend. He was initially endorsed as the group's standard bearer for the 2022 polls. And government will be starting to vaccinate individuals or in the general population by October 15. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. says the vaccination will be done in phases, starting with those aged 12 to 17 with comorbidities. The pilot vaccination will be taking place in 6 hospitals across Metro Manila. Galvez says this program will be expanded eventually across the NCR and other areas where at least 50% of the adult population have already been immunized.
Meron na po tayong 6 sites na hospital na pagdadausan po natin ang tawag nating pilot vaccination. Uunahin po natin dito. Sabi nga po ng Sec Duque, yung may comorbidities na ng mga bata. Ito pong mga hospital po nito, ito po yung Philippine Children's Medical Center, yung National Children's Hospital, yung Philippine Heart Center, yung Pasig Children's Hospital, yung Fidel Mudo Medical Center at saka Philippine General Hospital. Ito po ay gagawin nating phased. Unahin po natin yung 15 to 17 years old and then yung 12 to 14. Then after 14 days, we will expand to selected LGUs sa NCR.
In other news, senators fired back at Pharmally executive Krizle Mago for insisting she was pressured to give her testimony at the Senate. Minority Leader Franklin Drilon said Mago's retraction does not hold any value since her initial statement was made under oath with no trace of pressure. Meanwhile, Senators Risa Ontiveros and Kiko Pangilinan said a different person might be putting the pressure on Mago to withdraw her statement. Mago, in a Senate hearing some 2 weeks ago, affirmed a witness testimony that Pharmally knowingly distributed substandard face shields to the government. And in weather, Tropical Depression Lannie has been spotted over at the Olango Channel and is heading towards central Cebu based on PAGASA's latest bulletin. According to the last report, Lannie was seen over the coastal waters of Getafe, Bohol with maximum winds of 45 kilometers per hour. Moderate to heavy rains are expected over the Visayas, Mimaropa, Albay, Sorsogon, and Masbate until tomorrow morning. PAGASA is expecting Lannie to exit the Philippine area of responsibility by morning on Thursday. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 is still up in the following areas. And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The Commission on Population says the Philippines will see slower population growth this year. Popcom expects the Philippine population at around 110 million by the end of the year. That is up from 109 million in 2020. The 1.3% population jump this year is a lot slower compared to the country's annual average growth of 2.3%. Pork barrel Queen Janet Napoles has stressed her ties to Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon. Napoles accused Drilon of asking for 5 million pesos from her as support for his senatorial bid back in 2010. This comes on the heels of pronouncements from the president last month telling Drilon to explain his connection to Napoles. And Cebu City's Tracy Perez is Miss World Philippines 2021. Perez will be competing in Puerto Rico come December. She's also the second Cebuana queen after Beatriz Gomez won this year's Miss Universe Philippines crown. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.